Okay. There's that. Excuse me. Could have sworn you could skip this intro a lot earlier. So just under halfway complete. Woohoo. Sorry for starting later than I have been the last couple of days. Just had a busy afternoon that bled into the evening. Had to get all caught up on laundry and stuff. Tomorrow should be my last extra long stream, so I'll try to start it even earlier. Maybe even start in the afternoon and just take a break for dinner at some point. Who knows? Not me. That is something I could stream twice and just do this for one of the halves. One of these frogs, I think that frog, nope. One of the frogs swimming in here has a skill point in it. But let's get the treasure and eggs from the level. I mean the hub world. That's a big frog. Just kidding. It's a whale. Stooby. How kind of name is Stooby? Stooby one, if you ask me. Oh ho. Maybe the skill point frog? Nope. Are you the skill point frog? Nope. So I'm pretty sure frog is a skill point. A certain frog is a skill point. Oh well. Not a lot going on. I'm not really sure what to say. I haven't said already. Still not great when it comes to just yapping. Nice hat. One of the few hub worlds you can die on in this game. Actually, there's 4 hub worlds. I mean, only 3 hub worlds. Just like the last game. Ted. Nerd. Yeah, we're not making it from there. I think it's like the first 2 you cannot really die on. And the 3rd and 4th you can kinda die on. Hana. Nice cartwheel. Good. Oh, right. In here. Another 20 bucks. Another 10 bucks. Pink. Oh, I think it's in the rocket room. Not quite.
I believe the denizens of this land plan to create a rocket propulsion device of some kind in order to help you with your journey. I'll try to be of some assistance, but I'm afraid you'll still need a representative from each world in order to complete the device.
Ah, there it is. Saw the treasure. I think we're only missing 1 egg. And I know exactly where it is. Let's just go get it real quick and not crash into the well. Oh no! I got eaten. Hey look, Jonah's in here. Nice handstand. Then you just get spat out. Before anything else, we're gonna do the speedway. Not just because it's right there, but because spoilers. Time attack. Shit. And look, there's Hunter. There we go. And now we race. Chris. Nerd. Race the bumblebees. Oi. Not a lot of places to run in this one since there's the giant river of honey running through the center of it. Okay, there's the last bee. I enjoy being quiet because it's about to get loud. Thanks to Hunter again. I don't think it'll be quite as loud as the plane was, but it's not going to be silent by any means. Aw. Hey, look, there's the finish line. Shame you can't get it yet. Three nine. Henry. Or probably Henri, or some baloney like that. French is a disgusting language.
Look out, Spyro. There's a really big sheep UFO around here, and it's trying to get me. I snatched up a dragon egg it was trying to abduct, and now it wants revenge. You wait here. I'll lure the UFO down the river of honey. Okay, here I go.
I guess it's not super loud. I guess you can hit stuff, but not too much, which makes sense because you get so much airtime from a jump that you can't really recover in time to be able to do another jump. Shame we didn't get to see Hunter get
Look out,
the
Spyro.
third kind did, but we can imagine. Oh, here we get to watch it again. That's loud. You know, I think that's the first and
Look
second
out,
time I've
Spyro.
ever lost on this one. I also don't remember jumps being so dang long. And then, yeah, the UFO just crashes
Ha!
once you've done a
Did
lap.
you see that? Nobody outraces a cheetah. And look, I didn't even drop the egg.
Nori, it's seaweed! Exit. I would like to play Exit. 4400. Well, it's right here, so we're just gonna go to this one. Charmed Ridge. This is one I thought might have been Enchanted Tower last time. It's not.
Spyro, we urgently need your help. The evil cat wizards of Felinia have stormed our castle and captured our princess. If we don't stop them right away, they'll force her to marry Prince Azrael.
This is a very fairy tale-y level. Yeah, the cat wizards can do annoying things like that, making enemies jumbo-sized, moving platforms.
Hurry, Spyro!
And it's annoying on the metal guys when they get made jumbo-sized, because then they're basically invincible until you kill the wizard. Support caster. Sucker. Hey, fatty.
Well, Spyro, today is your lucky day.
Derogatory.
The wizards and I have worked out a little deal. If you simply pay a small toll, they'll be happy to raise these steps and let you pass.
Yeah,
You
get
have
out of here.
chosen wisely, Spyro. I'll tell the wizards to raise the steps immediately. And best of luck rescuing that princess. Or whatever it is you're up to.
So yeah, the stairs are fixed. And I doubt. Oh no, they unfixed the stairs.
There is no time to lose. Prince Azrael and his cat armies are about to steal our poor princess.
Hmm.
I just saw Prince Azrael run into the castle. We have to stop him before he reaches the princess.
Spanish fairies. These are different from the frogs in the hub world because they got crowns. They still turn into the same butterflies though. What? I didn't even know you could miss them on a whirlwind. Oh look, there they are.
Oh, hi, Spyro. Isn't Prince Azrael just the dreamiest? The other fairies and wizards won't let us get married, so we're going to elope. By the way, Azrael says you can have this egg if you don't tell anyone where we went.
Love. Woo love. Cherry Blossom. Nice motorcycle though. Nice magical motorcycle. Is there something in one of these alcoves? Nope. Not leaving yet though. There it is. Egg. Benjamin. While we have Super Flame, we want to myrtlate those guys so they stop messing with the stairs. You can light that, although honestly you should just be able to do the Super Flame to get that one, but that's just my thoughts. If I remember correctly, this is a kind of difficult jump coming up. Not the one to mow. Where's Larry and Curly? That reminds me of a little joke I made in Japanese when we were going over, I don't know how to describe it, a certain part of speech. The sentence was, Mo has also already eaten a peach. That was the difficult jump. I guess it's not as difficult as I thought it was. But anyways, Mo has also already eaten a peach would be Momo 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 o tabeta. Because also and already are both Mo, and peach is Momo. And then, like, the only pronunciation difference between also and already is already has a longer O sound on it. Otherwise, same. So it's a little hard to hear if the speaker doesn't exaggerate it, like I just did. And onto this sub area. And look.
According to legends, there's a golden goose at the top of this here mountain. I want to be the first person to the top so I can grab it. I just bought some Insta-Sprout Ultra Super Grow seeds from a bear with a bag of gems. He said they were magic, but I can't make them do anything. You can have a couple if you like.
So it's like the one quest from Ripto's Raid, the one orb from set of orbs from Ripto's Rage, where you had to go around planting seeds. Except this time, there's different kinds of seeds. There's mushrooms and flowers. Mushrooms are too tall to jump on from the ground, but make up for this by being bouncy. And then flowers you can just jump onto. The smart but not too smart aim. It's testing my patience. Oh, there's another. I was just thinking, how am I supposed to get on there? Then I realized there was another flower seed right there. Let's just get this down. We're gonna need to take mushroom, put it right there. Put the flower there, and grab the other flower.
I found this egg on the way up here. I think it was laid by a golden goose. We'll have to keep going. We're almost to the top.
Jack and the beanstalk. Hey, look, Shelly kept her shell. E.
You've been doing great so far. Why don't you take 2 more seeds?
2 mushrooms. So we've got a little ledge here we can use to get on top of the mushroom. And would you look at that, another mushroom. So darn, I missed. Then we got flour and 2 mushrooms. Okay, so I think I remember what to do. So you do that. So you get 3 mushrooms for this section. So you do get a little bit further off of them. I couldn't spit it that far anyways, so. Darn. Darn. What if mushrooms were actually bouncy like this? Oh, my nose. Oh. No, no, no. Thank you. Almost had it. Then choked again. Okay, I guess you do get a boost if you hold down jump. Nope. could have sworn holding down jump from these just made you go instantly into gliding. Darn it. Better not fucking die here. Jack doesn't need no seats. He can just fucking
At
jump
last,
up the
I found
30-foot
the
cliffs.
legendary golden goose. You can have another one of its eggs for a souvenir.
This is the ugliest goose I've ever seen. Chuck, you fucking nerd.
That's the ugliest goose I've ever seen.
Well, you know I called it. Ah. Okay, no more treasure in the sub area. More like scrub area. Plenty of treasures. There's still treasure in here though. I think it's going around here. Nope, not quite. Oh, right, the mystery base. Oh well, this is one of the circular levels, so I guess we'll get it started. Yeah, at least it just was polite enough to kill me outright. Nice. Whee! I could have sworn this is where it was. Oh. I passed it. Alright. That's the wall it was up against. Now it's back by the ladder. Yes, thank you. And that's the last spot for it. And we've just got a sub area after this. I think. And a little bit of treasure on the way to it. Whee! Ah. Whee! There's all the treasure. Fuck you, frog. That's another Sergeant Bird level sub-area thing.
Hey, Spyro. I'd like to stay and chat, but I'm late for an engagement with a fairy friend of mine. She's just a friend, you understand. It's a strictly platonic relationship. It's certainly not a violation of military protocol whatsoever. What? What are you giving me that look for?
Sure, just a friend.
Where have you been, James? We were supposed to meet in the temple an hour ago. And don't give me that old matters of national security line again. I guess it doesn't matter, though. The whole temple is full of nasty cat witches anyway. We'll just have to call off our date. That is, unless you want to battle the witches.
So there's a really easy skill point here, just by breaking all the stained glass windows, but we're gonna save it
So, I see those
for later.
rocket launchers aren't just for show after all. Well, I just hope your accuracy is better than your punctuality, because there are still a lot more witches in the temple.
I thought they were invincible coming out of there. No, you can spawn camp a little bit. It's not perfect, but hey. Okay. Time to go for that skill point. Just hoping to save it for the third round, but and that's why we were saving it, because it's also a full heal. There you are. Witches get stitches.
I must admit, James, I am impressed. There are still a few witches left, though, and this time they mean business. They even turned the floor into deadly blue ooze. Oh, be careful, okay?
A little hard to spawn camp these ones. I say as I get one right off the bat, but only the one. So now the floor is not quite lava, but pretty fucking close. And anytime you get hit, you lose a lot of air. One more. There we go.
You did it, James. I knew you weren't the leader of the Hummingbird Resistance Movement for nothing. Now we have the temple all to ourselves. But first, I have a present for you.
Abbey. I get it, because it's a temple, and Abbey's another religious building. But it's spelled different. Whee! other one I got kind of mixed up with the level from earlier because it's the other ice level, Frozen Altars. This one's different
Welcome
because
to Frozen Altars, Spyro. On behalf of the Ice Fairies, I want to grant you a special power for as long as you stay in our world.
we get blue flames here that freeze instead of burn.
Some bear sold us a laser defense system to protect us from Rhinox, but with these flippers I can't even turn it on. You'd have no trouble using it though. Just walk inside. When you're done, press the triangle button and you'll walk back out.
I like the penguin guy's voice. So the laser defense system, it's a magnifying glass basically. Focus it on enemies long enough and eventually they just pop. And also you have to use it to clear some fences and stuff out of the way. It's not infinite range, but still pretty good. You can still kill stuff in this level without using them. They're just a little bit better, in my opinion, than your flame now. Even if it's a little bit slower. Nice. So ice freezes, and then you can just charge him to kill him. That's how you have to kill the big guys, but all the little enemies here you can still just charge through. I need a heal, please. Oh, except the snowmen's. Snowmen's have to be lasered. And I can't remember, but I think those ones become essentially harmless if you destroy their coal pile first. Yep. They just start mooning you. Freaking kiwi.
Eustace and I were having a snowman building competition when the sorceress brought them to life with a spell. Since then, they've been stomping around, building ice walls, and generally causing trouble.
And you can use NPCs and enemies as stepping stones with the freezing ability on this level. I think the NPCs will even comment on being frozen once they unfreeze. Like we talked from now.
I knew we should have
Oh.
I knew we should have bought the automated laser defense system.
Oh. Nope. Could have sworn one of them says something like, "Brr, wonder why I feel so cold." Yay, jumping stairs, my favorite. My favorite Spyro tradition. Jumping up the stairs, one step at a time. Cecil, or Cecil, depending on where in the world you're from. I say Cecil. Was it the first penguin that comments on being frozen?
When I get my flippers on that rotten bear...
Might be a different one then.
When I get...
Oh no.
It would be easy to
Oh,
get
it's
up to
this
that
one.
treasure if you had something to stand on. Purr. I don't know why, but I feel really cold.
Mystery, to be sure. You can also break containers with the laser, assuming it can reach them. But not all the lasers can reach very far. And yeah, there's another Bentley sub area. This one's literally just here to have fun with, since you can kill these enemies no problem, and there's nothing blocking that you would need the laser for. Also, you can even break the metal containers with it. uh,
Thanks for helping out, Spyro. Why don't you take this? The Rhinox were trying to fry it with a laser, but you stopped them just in time.
Thanks, Eustace. Now we got Gianna. And the loop is complete. That's beginning of the level over there. Another 20 bucks hidden somewhere. And I know vaguely where it is. At least I think I do. that. From here. I think it's over there. I just don't remember how we're supposed to get around to it.
Say, Spyro, you're a sports fan, aren't you?
Not
As
really.
you probably know, Frozen Altars is the birthplace of the great sport of cat hockey. Today's match is
Wow.
sold out, of course, but I just happen to have a spare ticket that I'll sell you for, say, a teensy weensy markup.
He's a scalper on top of everything else.
Head on in, Spyro. It should be a thrilling match. In fact, I've even placed a little wager on the Rhinoc team. Let's just hope the local team doesn't have any last-minute accidents.
Oh, moneybags. There's a reason no one likes you. Several, actually. Maybe it's from the stepped pyramid that you have to jump. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. Where? Oh, I'm dumb. Me am have the big dumb. Well, another Bentley sublevel. Although this one's different from the others,
Ah,
because
Spyro.
he's wearing pants
I've
now.
just received word from my little
Well,
brother.
shorts,
He
but
appears to be having some trouble with the Yeti.
aren't you a Yeti?
Fat
Hey, it's
damn
the other
Yeti
Yeti
broke my
from
ball. I
Crypto's
told him to
Rage.
give it back or you'd kick his lousy butt, but he wouldn't listen. I knew you'd do it. Go and show him not to mess with us. Remember to block his eye punches and hit him low when he tries to block.
So, resting state, you're blocking low. Then you got jab, body blow, eye block, and the big hookaroo. That's what they call your mother. Figures he can
Wait
do a
minute,
flip,
this
but he
isn't
can
my
barely
ball.
jump. Ali.
You should go back and kick his butt again. Make him give me my ball back. This time it'll be a 3-round match, and when you win, don't let him send you off with a stupid egg.
It's not just a stupid egg.
Only 2 more rounds to go. You'll...
Okay. Ah, bullshit.
You lot.
No, you're not, because even if I do win again, you ain't getting your ball. Bartholomew. This ain't going too hot. I've never really liked this minigame.
Only 2.
Get a little heal, but so does he. And yeah. Oh, I dislike this minigame. You only need to knock it down once within the 3 rounds, but the AI improved a lot between eggs. And I'm still just as bad as when I first started. And I think you
Only
have
2
to knock
more
it
rounds
down
to go.
within the rounds. Like, if the 3rd round ends, there's no, like, contest, or whatever they call a victory by judge. Come on, one more hit. There we go. Skill point, I think, for downing him before the
This
3rd
isn't a
round.
ball, it's just another stupid egg.
That stupid egg is a dragon. And Rico, who's a fucking nerd. Yay. Skill point. Now on to cat hockey. Now, when they say cat hockey, are you picturing cats playing hockey or what? Because if you guess the cats are the hockey pucks and there's
I
lots of
challenged
them,
a Rhinoc to
you
a
were
traditional game of
correct.
cat hockey, but I think I sprained my flipper during training. Would you mind taking my place?
Sure.
Great. Freeze the cats and push them into my goal to score.
You can freeze him too, but he'll eventually unfreeze. Once a cat goes into a goal, it cannot come out of a goal. So there is reason to keep him frozen. And you gotta love them ice physics. I mean, if you ask me, this game sounds like it's hurting cats, but it's neither here nor there. No. Shit. Darn.
You should ask for a...
Another minigame I do not like. I would like this level, but it has some of the worst minigames. Boop. I like the sound of the cats coming out of the tube. He stole my cat. He also doesn't stay frozen as long as the cats do, so you can't just bully him as much. But I think the winning move is going to be stealing cats from him before he can score them, when possible.
You should ask for...
Like how the last game had actual hockey, and now we've got cat hockey. Frozen cat hockey. Okay. Damn it. Now he's back to tied. Go away. Come on, go in. Damn it. Oh, he's unfrozen. Come on. Just go in, one of you. Please.
Well done. I think you deserve
You're
to get
welcome.
the Champions Cup.
Thanks. That's a sheep. Oh yeah, it is a sheep. Or is it? Is that all the eggs? wasn't paying attention. No. Is it? Please don't be more. Oh, okay, good. No more cat hockey. Cat hockey. Suck it. Oh, there it is. No. I think we're kind of on the right track, though. Wish I didn't have to do this whole run around every time I mess up the jump, though. That would be nice. Let's double check out here that there's no obvious way up. That might be it. And just not messing up that jump. Still have to deal with a bit of a runaround each time you mess up, but and not high enough. Just fucking walk up there. I'm dumb. Jeff. 6 of 6. 97. Almost to a century of eggs. Not to be confused with a century egg. Evening, Lake Home. And that's why we did the speedway first. Because Hunter gets kidnapped. And if you try to do the speedway while he's kidnapped, you can't do his third egg. Until he's been rescued. And I ain't rescuing him yet. Lost Fleet. I like this level. Unfortunately, it does start something that I'm not a huge fan of.
Be careful around these parts,
But we'll get to that
friend.
when we get
There
to
be
that.
more ghosts in this here shipyard than I can shake me pick at. Darn shame, too, 'cause I was mighty close to finding me treasure.
Sure thing, Crazy Ed. Grab. So yeah, the big ones you got a flame. Turns out it's two little ones in a trench coat. Well, covered up by a bedsheet, really. And you cannot go in the water because it's not water, it's acid. And not the fun kind either. Right. There we go. Although I do need to jump back in the cabin. Canyon. Not canyon either, cannon. Because there might be something right there marked with an X. Too high. Not high enough. There we go. But yeah. You hit that, it opens up. You do not need to shoot the redneck. I just wanted to. Yay! And yeah, if you charge the flying ghosts, you get both its treasures at once. But if you flame it, you only get, or hit it with a rock, you only get one at a time. Then I think that one little guy spawned inside of the ferry, so he died instantly. Oop. There. Nope.
Would you look at that? Some fool hid a dang gum egg in me treasure.
Dangum egg. It's not just Dangum egg, it's Craig! Haven't we already had a Craig? Alright, and then we get invincibility power up to just swim through the acid. Chad. What a Chad. Not even the one I was trying to hit. Okay, are there any more? There are more vulture. Them crooked vultures. Whee! Anyways, walk the plank. No, that's where this one was.
These here waters used to be my favorite diving spot. But I can't get any loot with these subs patrolling around. Think you can pilot this here sub I bought for scrap? Alrighty then. Press the X button to speed on up. And when you get a sub in your sights, the torpedo will start to lock on. If you get a good lock on, fire away with the circle button.
So yeah, you'll see what he means in a second. So, once one of the enemy subs is in your sights, it'll slowly start to turn red. Once all three are red, the torpedoes gain homing. It is possible to hit without locking on. It's just a lot harder. And even then, locking on isn't guaranteed to work, like that one still missed. Because the sub turned. Also, we need to break this before I forget. I guess there's no reason to not keep firing. Doesn't slow down locking on or anything, so continuing to fire means, hey, maybe you'll get lucky and land a stray. It's not like we got limited ammo. Where's the other two? You can't really cut them off because they'll turn around at points, so going in the other end of that tunnel didn't really do much. Yeah.
Well, I'll be darned. You got some mean sub-driving skills. Why don't you
Thank you.
have this here egg as a reward?
As a reward. I like a lot of voice actors in this game just for the random
Well,
NPCs.
I hate to ask your help again, but there be even more subs that darn come out of nowheres. If you could blast them, I could use this acid lake as my swimming hole again. Darn tootin'! Get on, little dragon!
100 eggs. Woo! But yeah, these subs did appear out of nowhere because there's one way in and out of this lake, and Crazy Ed was standing guard the entire time. Oh, and also now they drop mines occasionally. So, that's fun. Also, your sub cannot take a hit. Yeah. How did I lock onto that one through the wall? Not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, though. Probably like some gap in the level geometry and it just happened to work exactly perfectly. Some like pixel wide gap or something. Yeah. There you are. Yeah.
Woo-hoo! At last, the acid lake is safe for swimming again. I wish
It
I
doesn't
could
have to
have
be. It
rewarded you
shouldn't have to be
better.
said, but don't go
All
swimming
I
in
got
acid
left is
lakes.
this here other egg. Maybe there'll be something better in this one.
Dolores. Nice flip. And since you can't actually grab the treasure while in the submarine, you have to then use the invincibility power up to come and grab it. And for whatever reason, Sparks bugs out in here a little bit. Not a ton, like he's still pretty useful, but Yeah, despite this song also being used for Sheila's levels, this is the level I associate the most with, for whatever reason. Couldn't tell you why, just is. Shit, 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 fuck, shit. Yeah, that's about what I thought happened when you ran out under. I was about to say underwater, but in the acid. 'Cause I don't think I've ever done that before. There was another gen over here. Getting ready to turn around. Okay, let's grab more invincibility real quick. Hurry up on SPF 5 billion. Okay, there's no more treasure in this sub area. We can leave. No. Okay. Ow. Please stop. Overfly. Yep. What are these boats made of that they can just sit in acid, by the way? It could be faster this way, I think. If I go the right way. Oh. Yeah, it'd be much faster. This is where I wanted to wind up. My shoulder itches. I need. There should be a shortcut either back into the boat or up onto the cliffside. Whee! And you can use this to get back in the boat. Anyways. You know, it occurs to me I'm not going to be able to get 100% on this level at the moment. And I completely forgot about that. Otherwise, I would have done this right after the speedway. So once again, Hunta ain't here. So there's a sign in his place. Poor whittled wagon. Your friend go bye-bye? Now, don't worry, you'll soon be joining him. The sorceress. Yeah. Skateboards don't even spawn in without Hunter here. So, as I had said at the beginning of this level doesn't, despite liking this level introduces something that I don't really like, and that's skateboard races. I like doing tricks on the skateboard. I don't like racing on them. Because they become real hard to control real easy when going fast. How am I already tired? It's not even 10. Yeah. An apology. And lunch.
Hello, I thought you might be hungry.
Thanks. Did you bring any chips?
I'm sorry this happened, but I tried to warn you.
I had to help Spyro rescue the eggs.
You just don't understand. If we don't bring dragons back to this world soon, all our magic will be lost.
The dragons used to live here?
Yes, this was their original home. But a long, long time ago, the sorceress banished them to the other side of the world. She didn't realize the dragons were the source of all our magic.
Maybe I could convince the dragons to come back, if you let me go.
I'm sorry, I can't.
She was thinking about it though. Alright. I know there's still a level in here to do. I think it's the last one, and we're gonna rush through it because we can't do it all the way either, but for different reasons. Also, technically there's a nice in my gems again. There still is. 4, 6, nice, 3.
Oh, hello! It's good to see you again, Spyro. That naughty sorceress has stolen the professor's rocket plans, and I'm on a
Walk it.
secret mission to find them. Handel was supposed to meet me here, but I can't find him anywhere. Maybe you could help.
The fireworks factory. The ninjas are easy to kill, just do what you normally do. The big guys, you have to flame from behind or use, like, environment kills.
It looks like you'll have to use this cannon to get...
She can just jump, but me, the dragon with wings, of course not. I have to use a cannon.
Sorceress has already used the plans to build her own rocket. We have to destroy it. Just follow me.
When did The Matrix come out? Because I'm assuming it was while this was in development. And that right there is why we can't do this in one. It's that door down there.
Hey, look what
Hey,
was in
stinky
the
dog.
rocket. They must have been trying to put it into orbit.
Brady.
If you see Handel, tell him I've gone back to Evening Lake to finish work on the professor's rocket.
Wessa. Bleh. Anyways, 102. Oh, I guess I still have at least one level to do. I don't remember which. Did that one. Or is this the one world where it doesn't teleport you instantly to the... I guess we were underwater, so there's a chance it might not teleport us straight to the, traveling agency. Yep.
The rocket's fueled up and ready to go, Spyro.
I guess this hunk of junk is supposed to fly. Sure glad I ain't the one getting on.
Hop on, Spyro. Don't worry. Fairy engineering has never failed.
Doesn't have a reaction to being hit.
Hop aboard, Spyro, and boldly go where no dragon has gone before. Well, at least not in 1,000 years, at any rate.
Doesn't have any reaction.
The rocket is ready for launch, Spyro. Hop aboard whenever you want.
But she does. Midnight Mountain. I'm sure nothing wrong will happen on our way there. Nothing will possibly go wrong on our way there. For sure. We're definitely gonna make it. No interruptions.
I've had enough. I'm going to create a monster to end all monsters. And I'm going to send it out to destroy all the dragons, even the little hatchlings. Yes, yes! It will smash them and crush them and grind them and tear them. Oh, yes! Smear them and smoosh them and crack them and crease them! But, won't that kill them? It doesn't matter, as long as I can still collect their wings. What? All this time you've only wanted them for their wings? Of course, you
Of course.
girl. I need them for a spell, so
Barbecue
I can live
wings.
forever. Wait a second. A spell? What did you think I was going to do with all those dragons? Open a zoo? You said just
I
keeping
don't
them
remember
in
what
our world was
level
enough.
those guys
You
are
never
supposed to
said
be
you had
from.
to kill them. I don't have to
Oh, wait,
kill
I think I
them.
know.
It just stops them from wriggling so much. You're terrible. I can't believe I ever listened to you. Stupid, insolent brat. I'll take care of her as soon as I finish off that dragon. Now, where was I? Ah, yes!
Now, I remember really liking this boss. I remember it being kind of tricky, but I remember liking it. I don't remember his name, though. Scorch, maybe?
understand, Spyro. The sorceress plans to use this monster to destroy every iota of her opposition, beginning with the two of us. Alas, there is no time for ruminating. A battle awaits us. I will endeavour to assist you by means of a steady provision of combustible projectiles.
He gonna give me ammunition. Darn, I missed. I don't know. I thought I might could maybe do this one without getting hit, but nope. Crap. And unlike the Sparks levels, you can pick up the same power-up for extra ammo. I know he's got at least one more thing he can spit out of an egg. Come on. Oh, here it comes. It's the first boss! But you only have to knock him in the lava once. Darn. Out of ammo. And here comes trouble again. I don't think I've hit with the green one at all this fight. There we go. James. Nice flame. Nice flame, James. James Baxter. The escape.
Hi, Bianca. Did you bring any more food? I'm starving.
There's no time for that, Hunter. We have to stop the sorceress. She's gonna kill all the dragon hatchlings.
Wait a minute. Why should I trust you? This could be another trap.
You're in a cage.
More
you
intelligence
fool. How can I
than
trust
Hunter
you
has
when
ever
you're
shown
not?
and will ever shown.
I don't know. You sorceress types can be sneaky.
I never thought we were gonna hurt the dragons. Come on, we don't have time for this.
Sure hope I don't get jump scared the second I step out of this here building. I don't know, Rainbow.
Spyro, I know you don't trust me, but I want to help you stop the sorceress. There's a way to open a hidden portal to her lair, but it'll take some very strong magic. If you can find more of the dragon eggs, I think my magic will be
I
strong
think
enough to open the
technically I
portal.
already have enough,
I'll come find you when you have enough eggs, okay?
but I'm not 100% sure. Let's go see if we have enough eggs. I like the music for this hub world.
You did it,
Excuse me.
Spyro. You found enough of the dragon eggs for me to unlock the portal. Once I've opened it, you can confront the sorceress whenever you're ready. But be careful. She'll be expecting you.
Egg expecting you. Oh yeah, and now Hunter's free, so speedways are fully operational, skateboarding zones are fully operational. It's all good, man. Okay, part of me is curious what happens if you try to fight the sorceress without freeing them, freeing Monkey. So we're gonna make a quick little save state. Because he's, like all the other friends you made along the way, he's supposed to help you with the fight. So, what if he ain't there? The adventure continue. Oh, he's free anyways.
Time to kick some sorceress. Well, Spyro, look what I have here. It's a life-size space monkey action figure, complete with a fully operational laser. I'd love to let him out so you can play with him, but the sorceress seems to think he's a menace.
1300, free the monkey.
You've always had a weakness for helping silly little creatures, haven't you, Spyro? Oh, well, I suppose there couldn't be any harm in letting him out. Could there?
I'll still just do the levels before the boss. I mean, the boss, I think, gives you an extra... No, you get the extra hit from the third Sparks level, not the fourth.
Free! Thanks, Spyro! Ooh, say, you ever see a bear dance?
I like this guy as a kid. Kind of obnoxious now that I'm an adult, but...
This out. Dancer, isn't he? Not much stamina, though. Too bad. I had a lot more ammo left. Anyway, I heard all about how you've been fighting the sorceress and her armies and kicking all that butt, and I just wanted to say, huzzah! Yippee! Woohoo! Wish I could stay, but my homeworld's been overrun by Rhinox since I've been captured. If you happen to see the sorceress, tell her I'll be giving her dancing lessons real soon. Know what I mean? You bet. Later!
Agent 9, the science monkey. Oh, whoops. Well, hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me in the ass. But it does make level loads a little bit faster.
What was that? Did you see a Rhinoc? I thought I saw a Rhinoc. Ooh, take it from me, Spyro. Never spend a week in a cage. Next thing you know, your whole island will be
I don't know,
knee-deep in
man.
Rhinocs. Well, gotta go, Mr. Laser Blaster, and I have a whole lot of work to do.
Ah, Agent 9, my favorite pupil. Welcome back to my island laboratory. I'm afraid Rhinox have taken over the whole island. Perhaps you could stop them before they destroy all my research.
Yeah, this is Agent 9. He got a gun. He jumped. Kinda slow.
A vast number of Rhinox are waiting to ambush us as soon as I lower this force field. I expect they'll keep coming until you shoot the red panic button next to the door where they come out.
There's not much aim assist on his gun, and they can ricochet off certain walls. Also, I gotta say, hiding behind a cardboard cutout target dummy, not the smartest idea.
These indicators show that a bunch of Rhinox are hiding behind the display screen. I'll switch on the view pedestal, and you shoot them as they attack. I recommend using your sniper mode.
By sniper mode, they mean enter first person.
You cleared them out! Let's see what kind of shape the machine room is in. I have a feeling the Rhinox haven't been keeping it too clean.
Yeah, you can strafe him. I forgot about that.
Just as I thought, the machine room is overrun with birds. To target the birds in their nests, you'll want to use sniper mode.
No, I guess you can't. There is actually a reason to call it sniper mode. Because you can go enhance!
Nice work, Agent 9. I'm not sure if this is a bird egg or dragon egg. What do you think?
Dragon. Beulah. That was my great-grandma's name.
Now I can switch the gravitonometric generator back on. I hope no birds got in there.
It's full of birds. Birds want to nest, but there's more birds than nests, so they fly around until you kill a bird in a nest and then they come and steal it.
The lab's clear, and it smells better in here already. Follow me outside, where I expect we'll find some Rhinox wearing armor. You'll need a more powerful weapon to defeat them.
Like grenades or something. But that would be silly.
By my calculations, the bombs in this handy vending machine should be highly effective against armor. Give it a shot.
This is not the way to the end of the level, but need to come over here anyways, because there's an egg and treasure over here. And also you can blow up the palm trees by bombing them. I was just sitting there, that was weird. Dang, he's looking at egg. Hey, Tony! You a fucking nerd. Reload on our bombs. Then we're gonna backtrack a bit now that we've got them for a few things. Also, I forgot. There's not any more in here, is there? I like the sound the laser makes, so... I missed. And that's why we were destroying the trees. Why else would I be destroying everything? Now the real unfortunate thing is that we have to walk back there. And his big ol' feet are not fast. Like seriously, look at how big his feet are. He's got like clown shoes. Alright, they're wearing armor. Where's a test tube hopping around? I need healing. Call me Genji. Because I need healing. I mean, you can throw the bombs pretty fucking far. But... I also like that it does take into account walls when it's calculating if your throw will hit something. Damn. We killed each other. Do I need to go all the way back? You know, I think I forgot the balloon that was back at the beginning anyways.
By my
But we're gonna wait until we get close to done and are hunting down the last little bit of treasure before we do that, because I don't want to walk all that way. Darn. Yeah, got it. Also, look, another balloon. Or two. Hey, how's it going? Maybe we will be finishing it tonight. Hmm. Sure, we can chat for a little bit afterwards. I'll still be going for a little while,
Thank you
so...
very much for saving my laboratory. Now I can resume thinking.
Egg. Rowan. That's all the eggs. Please let this be all the treasure. I don't want to have to go all the way back to the beginning of the level. Yay. Well, on the bright side, there's no more enemies on the level, so... Please be all I needs. Oh. I did indeed forget the balloon from the very beginning of the level. Although, I also forgot... It's like, thought there was... I could have sworn there was some in here. Okay, no more balloons inside, it looks like. Unless it's in the bird room. Nope, we forgot that balloon. And it was just that balloon. Go figure. Well, should be able to exit out the front of the level, just like the end of the level.
Ooh-wee! I love the sizzle of a high-energy laser on the back end of a Rhinoc. Too bad the sorceress didn't send more of them. I was really getting into the zone. Well, now that my island is safe again, I guess I'll have to go Rhinoc hunting elsewhere. Are you headed out?
Yeah.
See you later, alligator.
I've never had a emulator freak out about. Well, I guess most of the other emulators I used were cartridge-based, not memory cards, so that's why I've never had an emulator freak out about save states. First things first, the Sparks level.
Princess Amy showed me a place called Starfish Reef. She says there's an egg hidden in there. I think Sparks should check it out.
Fish level. Oh boy, fish level. Okay. Not giving up this power up. Four, two, three, seven. Remember this room being kind of a pain because that's an eel spawner, not a starfish spawner. And great. Low on health. Not out that way. Up top. Think, yeah, the health butterfly gives you 2 hits worth of health. So, not usually getting down that low. And I don't think they spawn based on your need. I think they are just in the game where they're in the game. Well, in the level where they are. But it was pretty nice getting 2 in a row when I was that low. There's not too much that's different between the different Sparks levels, other than just like a fresh coat of paint and theming. Like this one's an underwater adventure. Also, again, sorry for how loud the effects are on this. I've already turned it down a decent amount. Eat. Thank you. Yeah. This boss doesn't start off very aggressive, but it becomes aggressive as you start breaking it down. But again, the rapid fire power-up is just broken when it comes to fighting bosses. Egg. There's more treasure right here. That's all. Okay, our new bonus is an extra point of health, I think.
When I saw that giant stingray, I thought you were a goner, Sparks. But you sure showed him. Now the magic from the egg has made you even stronger, so you can take one more hit for Spyro.
Yep. And how do they display this extra hit? Is it with a new color? Like maybe he turns purple? Or silver or something? No. The shine around him becomes bigger. Right. 2 levels left to complete. Lost fleet. So we need to do the skateboard race because Hunter was predisposed. And then Firework Factory, now that we've got Agent 9. Whee! Grab.
Spyro, you're just in time. A Rhinox skateboard gang has challenged us to a race. They said you're slower than a molten crater fire slug. I stuck up for you,
Whoa.
though. I told them I've seen some pretty fast fire slugs. So, are you ready to race these guys? They bet us an egg that you won't win.
Bring him on.
Right on. You can use my special racing board. Every time you do a trick, it builds up turbocharge. You can use your turbos at any time by pressing the square button. Good luck.
Yeah. But if you crash, you know you lose 1 point. And also killing the crabs also gives you turbocharge. Not a lot, and the crabs don't respawn. But the more trick you do, the bigger your boosty. Darn. That didn't count as a trick, because it was at a weird angle. Yay! Yeah, I do not like skateboard races. Not making that jump. No sir, no sir, no how. Also, I'm not winning this race, so we're gonna quit the race and do it again. Shame we have to walk back up to him.
Spyro.
Darn. Darn it. Nice use of my rocket. Come on, make it, make it, make it. Ah.
Spyro.
Once again, wacky angle, man. Hardly any points scored. No. Fuel. Dang it. Come on, move. Alright, up to second. Can't wait to see how I blow it. I will have to make the jump up there at some point because there is treasure there. But let's just try to get the race done first. And not crash anymore, because I think that's going to be it, how we would lose. Could have sworn crabs didn't respawn. I guess they do. Damn it. Oh, God. I would have been so pissed if I had lost right there.
Yes! You schooled them like a bunch of dizzy one-toed sand norks. Oh yeah, I guess we won this egg, too. Now that the Rhinox are gone, do
Oliver.
you want to try a real challenge? I know you're fast, but I bet you can't defeat all the crabs on the course and still beat me in a race. Want to give it a shot?
Yeah, okay. Okay. That's the catching me again. But need a reset. This. No. I hate when it does this. I need to get a different headset at some point. Okay, I might need to reset the emulator. Hold on. Yeah, alright. We're just gonna have to deal with no sound until I finish the race and can reset the emulator. Or I could just make a save state, but it's already not happy at me for making save states, so guess you just get to hear me try to fill the silence. Oh boy. Now, I don't think you can rocket Hunter, unfortunately. I think he is rocket proof. But the crabs aren't. Oh, no, I guess you can kill him. I mean, rocket him. Okay, and we're in first. And all the crabs are dead. If this race wasn't going so well, I would also consider just save stating and quitting already. But give me a second. For yes. Last second kill. Okay. Sheesh. Can't believe you beat me. Must have been practicing the whole time I thought you were looking for eggs. Hey, speaking of which, one of those crabs was guarding this one. We get Aiden. Nice hat. Okay, first things first. Save state. And then I didn't mean to exit area. Just close. Yeah, save state for resume. Relaunch. Resume. Load state. Okay, I'm hearing it now. And it's picking up on OBS. Fantastic. And there's a skill point, I'm sure, for completing in a certain under a certain time. But I don't care about that. I care about treasure. There's a couple of gems right there. Okay, how much do we have left on this level? 21 gems. Let's do another jump up here just to double check we got everything. We sure did. It doesn't look like there's more up there. Really, I should end the race and just check with Sparks that there's not more treasure in this sub area. That's it, I think. Yep, no more treasure in the sub area. Alright. What treasure am I missing? Somewhere. I probably need to go back to the central boat. Look from there. Which means jumping in here. Oh, duh. This secret cave right. Damn it. You know, I vaguely remembered there being a strongbox you had to kind of blindly shoot at. First shot. Nice. God damn it. Turn around. Alright, are we lucky enough that the treasure stays out of the strongbox between loads? Probably not. It's probably right back in there. Nope. We're good. There we go. Now we can exit the level. 19. Right. Now we need to head to Fireworks Factory and actually do it. Treasure. We're going to take the long way to the end of the level since we need to actually get the treasure that's along the way. And I don't just mean friends. I mean actual treasure. And eggs. There's a lot of enemy spawners on this level, so kinda sucks trying to hunt down treasure from within enemies. Because half of them aren't going to drop anything because they're spawned enemies instead of natural ones. Noodles. That's not a name. Nice cartwheel though. I know there's a lightning bug over here, firefly, whatever you want to call it. Rocket just kills them outright. Or you can flame their back to light the fuse on the thing they've got strapped to their back. If I'm remembering my levels correctly, this is also home to, in my opinion, possibly the worst egg in the game. I might be wrong, but I think it is this level because it's thematic to fit with this level. Choo. And here's an enemy spawner. And here it go. I forgot that you can just charge through the spawners. I thought they had to have 2 head bashes. Well, let's go in here.
I think I can see an egg behind you, but it's out of reach. You'll have to take the long way round through all these Wynocks to get to it.
You know, didn't he speak clearly in the game before this? Like he didn't have trouble with his Ows and L's? Sparks, get that. Thank you. Could sure use Firefly. I am American. There we go. One extra hit, and I don't have to run into every single gem. Didn't I already tell you that over Discord anyways? I don't know. People get mixed up. I'm bad with names. Dang it. Now, I'm pretty sure all the enemies are going to respawn, but I still have all the treasure they had, so I don't need to get annoying ones. I can just run past them. Oh, that's another cool thing about having the extra point of health. When you respawn, you don't get a full heal. You get healed to 3 instead of 4. Nice miss. Alright. 777, lucky. Sam. Nice catch. Okay. And I can't have Sparks point to see if there's any more treasure in the sub area because Sparks is dead. And unfortunately, the Firefly that was in here didn't respawn. Okay, I can't think of any skill points or where any extra lives are hanging out, so we're gonna have to heal the hard way. One butterfly at a time. In a level with not a lot of butterflies. Nope, nope, can't go up there. Well, there we go. 3 points are back. Let's go grab our 4th. We can take the shortcut back up. Grab a rocket to open that up. God damn it. Some of the treasure fell down. Thankfully, shortcut is still right there. Down the hole. Agent 9 section.
Hey, Spyro! I'm helping a kid called Handle recover plans, the sorceress stole. You know I'm always ready to kick some Rhinoc booty.
Hi, Agent Nine. Behind those doors are some pretty scary ninjas. I bet you could use your sharpshooter skills to take them out. Remember, press the circle button to shoot, and use L1 and R1 to dodge left and right.
Oh yeah, one of the few FPS levels that's more Doom than Call of Duty. Old school Doom. So you cannot aim other than left or right. In fact, I think the A you get from this, the hint for it is called Doomed. So the reference was intentional. The similarities are intentional, I should say. But unlike Doom, old school Doom, I can jump. Huh. Okay, that's enough. I mean, if I could actually free aim, I could pick those guys off the ceiling. You know, I wonder if someone's like modded this so that for the sections like this, like they inserted a sprite to replace the picture of Agent 9 down there with like one reminiscent of the face of Doom guy from the old school Dooms slash not Castlevania, Wolfenstein. You know, the first time I had actually seen a real life lightning bug or firefly, whatever that you want to call them, was in 2024 when I went to Japan. We were staying overnight it was when I was studying abroad, but we were staying overnight at a traditional Japanese inn, just to, be culturally enriched. And we got there kind of late, so our professor and the staff at the inn were like, "Well, hey, if you like, it's firefly season. There's a hill not too far from here that you could go and just go check them all out. It's a clear night, so they should be going wild." So, like, 2/3 of our class just went in, set down all our overnight bags, and then got back on to the bus that we chartered and went a little ways away from the rest of the buildings in the, I guess it's technically a town, that we were staying at, and just hundreds of fireflies. It was actually really cool. It was funny because we went from, having the bus headlights on when we first got out, straight into basically pitch black darkness. So you couldn't tell it with some strain on your eyes. You could tell where people were, but you couldn't really tell who was who. Damn it. My roommate for the trip also happened to be his girlfriend also happened to come on the trip. And in the darkness, right after the bus turned off its headlights, because I was, next to my roommate, she actually came up looking for him and was getting ready to grab my hand, thinking I was him. But no, she had the foresight to at least check before she started grabbing people's hands in the dark. But that was a fun field trip on the study abroad, because not only did we actually get to, stay overnight, the inn had hot spring. And goddamn, that felt good. Then in the morning, we went to, well, after eating breakfast as a group, because, we're there to study, we have to eat our meals together. Well, some of our meals together. After breakfast, we got back on the bus, went to an art museum. It was actually really nice. And then from there, we were there for a few hours, so got to look around a lot. They had a lot of gardens. I don't remember the name of the art museum, unfortunately, but they are fairly famous for their gardens, in addition to, actually having art. So the gardens were honestly just as much art as the stuff in the displays and on the walls were. But from what the fuck? After the After the art museum, we went to a castle. No. Was it the castle next? I think it was the castle next. Or was the castle the day before? I don't remember. It's been over a year, and my memory's dog shit to begin with, so... Darn. Probably not smart just running through the hordes. We're basically to the end. Ah, darn it. Was it? I don't know. I'd have to check my pictures that I took then and try to get an idea of when things were. Remember a couple weeks after that field trip, or maybe the next week, I can't quite remember the full order of the entire time we were there, we had to give a presentation, not only to our class, but also to students that were part of the university that were hosting us, and some of their faculty as well. Just talking about our favorite field trip that we went on while we were there. I wrote about that field trip. And I only remember it because at one point I wrote about so at the inn we had, since rooms were bigger than the ones on campus, our regular rooms, we had up to 3 roommates while we were there. Granted, it was just the one night. I had my usual roommate, and then a guy I'd been taking classes with basically since I started studying Japanese. And then one other guy that I pretty much just met on that trip. Anyways, I only remember... The part I remember most about my presentation was I was talking about my roommates. I'd said basically that the one roommate that I was already roommates with, I was already roommates with. Nothing he did could surprise me. I said the guy that I just met was a little obnoxious because he was watching something on his iPad at one point without headphones on, but we didn't spend a whole bunch of time in the room, so it didn't really matter. And then I made a joke about the last guy, where I'm like, that guy, having him as a roommate, it was a little, and exactly as I had planned to, he goes, what the hell? I was a good roommate. I was like, to which I said, yeah, I know, I was joking. You were a good roommate. I did that because I knew that's exactly how you would respond. we snipe the box from here? No. Yeah, it was a fun time. Not just that one field trip, but the entire study abroad experience. I already knew my main roommate in advance and got along with him pretty well. So I didn't have to worry about getting a true freak to share a room with. That would have been rough, buddy. But were there other choices I would have preferred over him? Yeah. One of my best friends from the program was also on the trip. And by the program, I mean the Japanese program at school. Donovan. Nice glasses. Woo! Sure hope there's no more treasure in there because I can't use sparks to point me in the right direction. Let's try to heal a little bit more before we go in after the last egg because it's one of the worst ones in the game, in my humble opinion. Other things we did. Went to a couple of different shrines. In fact, our first major field trip, it wasn't technically our first because, like, the day after we got in Japan, we did a shorter field trip just to do like a tiny little traditional pottery class. Mine pinch bowl turned out pretty fucking awful, not gonna lie. But I had zero pottery experience beforehand, so I'm not surprised. Anyways, our first major field trip was to Miyajima. You may have seen pictures of one of the things that Miyajima is famous for, which is a giant torii gate out in the middle of, not in the middle of the ocean, but in the ocean. Anyways, this egg sucks. You have to kill both of these paper dragons. If you don't kill one outright, it will start to recover the damage you deal to it. They can shoot back, and they get harder and harder to hit the more damage they take. In Miyajima, we went to, like, so there is both a Buddhist temple as well as a Shinto shrine on the island. And technically, like, the entire island is consecrated ground. So, it was kind of neat seeing that. And one of my professors said that as a result of this all technically being holy ground, people are not allowed to die here. There is no hospital, or if there is any sort of health services, they don't do like life-threatening things so they can get dying people off the island and not have people die there. The island's also known for having a lot of deer on it. Quite like the ones in Nara, these deer are very accustomed to having people nearby and will eat out of your hands or your pockets. They're very obnoxious. fact, I saw a lady, another tourist that was there, had like a map or something in her back pocket, sticking out a little bit. Deer came up behind her, took it out of her pocket, and ate it. Another fun trip. What else? Where else did we go for field trips? So the main program was based in Hiroshima. One of the later things we did was not our last thing. Was there's a Mazda factory that at one point was like the biggest employer of the city, and really helped them to rebuild from, the war. And so we got to tour a lot of the factory, see various stages of production of their cars, including like designs and such. Very little of the factory were we allowed to take pictures of because that's called corporate espionage. And it was a guided tour. We didn't get to roam freely, but still pretty cool. I remember one of my friends that also went on the trip, big guy, probably something like 6'4", 6'5". When we first got there in like their lobby, they had a floor model of a car. I don't remember what make it was, or model, whatever you want to call it. I don't remember the car's names. Well, I'm struggling to say. But he got in and he basically had his knees in his chest because he was too big for the car. It was funny. He had a lot of little moments like that, like uh, walking by, the occasional person would like stop and stare at him because again, huge guy. I don't know where the dragon went. There it is. And that means it's coming back out the other end. Like one more hit unless it manages to heal. Thank God.
Have this! I fished it out of the molten lava.
On Miyajima, there was. They claim to be. Like, some part of Miyajima claims to be where. Like, the. What do they call it? Like, the spoon shape that is used for. That is primarily used for stirring and serving rice. Like, the optimal shape for it, or whatever. Something like that. Was supposedly invented there. And as a result, they had the world's biggest one of those at a meter long. And we were joking around that's like, oh yeah, hey look, it's, we'll call the guy Bob. Bob is not his name, but we'll just say his name is Bob. It's Bob's baby spoon. Even though, as he was just as tall as the spoon was, so obviously it wasn't one he used during when he was a baby. Thank God that's all the treasure. Level complete! Yippee! But he took everything in stride because he's got long strides. But he thought they were funny. It's not like we were using his size to make fun of him. We were just making jokes. Good guy. Wish I had spent more time on the trip with him because he is just genuinely a chill and like drama-free dude. Um, he was a bit bummed on occasion that he was so big that nowhere, nowhere would have clothes that would fit him. Like, I struggled to have clothes, to find clothes that would fit me there, and I'm nowhere near his size. So, while I struggled, he just could not. And it sucked for him because he's actually a very fashionable person. I could give two shits about fashion. Sorry, couldn't give two shits about fashion. Excuse me. Saki. Other stuff that happened on that trip. I'm sure I talked about this when I first got back all that year ago, but I do not quite remember. Really, what I should be doing is doing the boss so that I can do the last Sparks level, so that I can get Sparks' last two power-ups, which let you teleport in and out of levels, well, teleport into levels from any other level, and lets him break open containers other than strong boxes on his own. But I'm not going to do that. I prefer doing things this way. What else happened? A handful of my friends decide to teach the Japanese students there why the number 69 is funny. And what I find particularly funny about it is one of the ones who did teach why uh, got like super embarrassed about doing it and was just like laying on the floor in the common room for not just us traveling students, but some certain clubs get to use the facility as well. But good times. Hey, well, you need to go in here. Dang, 140 eggs and 15,000 gems, that's a lot. It might even be 100%. What else happened that was fun and or funny? I got to see the Kirby Cafe, or a Kirby Cafe. Uh, Apparently they're by reservation only. They were by reservation only, so we couldn't go in. And not only that, they were busy. I was in Fukuoka because one of our field trips was not the entire study program going on. It was everyone broke into small groups of about 4, and then, hey, all the treasure. From that small group of 4, you would plan out your own field trip and then go on it. We were provided a small amount of money, I think like I want to say 50,000 yen, but that sounds like way too much. I'm still missing an egg here, I think. Yeah. And so, me and my friends chose to go to Fukuoka. While there, we went through a mall to people watch a little bit. It was a huge mall. It was really pretty too. A lot of cosplayers there for some reason. We never could figure out if it was like some event or just cosplayers like the area or what. We got to ride the Shinkansen going there and back again, which was it was fine. Nothing really for or against it. It was very strange riding on that though. Like you don't feel the acceleration obviously, but I vaguely remember my ears popping like I was changing altitude a bunch. Uh, but I don't know if that was just because of how fast we were going or we were actually changing altitude a lot. It's just what it felt like. We got lunch. We got lunch while we were there, but we kind of broke off into pairs for that one because me and my best friend on the trip did not want to wait the 30 minutes that the other two were fine waiting for. So me and him found some like literal hole in the wall ramen shop, and it was pretty good. Other than, goddamn, was it fucked up with green onions. Like I need to find a picture of that bowl with how much green onion was on it. I should be going the other way, so I'm running into the fish instead of behind them. But it's too late. I've already failed this one since I missed the one fish. We visited a shrine there, another local shrine, and then also they had a cultural museum, like explaining one of the festivals that goes through the town. We weren't there for festival season, unfortunately, but we were like a couple months early, I think, so you could see some of the preparations beginning to start. It was pretty cool. Mall. Mall, Kirby Cafe, bowl of green onion ramen. What else did we do? Museum. Whoa. Whoa. Ah, damn it. Although, I will say, while we were there, that was one of 2 places, I think, that I was able to find Dr. Pepper the entire time I was there. Which is great, because I love Dr. Pepper. Granted, the other place I was able to find it was right on the campus we were staying at, so no real harm there. I feel like I'm forgetting something really important we did on that trip, but it is just not ringing any bells, unfortunately. I do remember I kept annoying one of my friends that was part of the group because the mall's name was Canal City, but every time I saw a sign for it or anything like that, I would say Canal City. They were getting pissed that I kept saying it like that. Which, I mean, fair. I was intentionally doing it to be annoying. Um, Kobe. Nice glasses. Um, no, I didn't want to do this. I wasn't paying attention. Race the blue-footed boobies. It's a kind of seabird. Don't be dirty. Noted for having blue feet. Not that these ones even have blue feet. Suck it, jabroni. Woo. Dang. Failed to lock on. Um. ba, 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 ba. I remember we were in Hiroshima, and there happened to be a festival during one of the time during the time we were there. So instead of a field trip one week, we just had a assignment of go enjoy some of the festival. It unfortunately rained for 2 of the 3 days, but it was still pretty fun. I was too busy to even borrow a yukata. I would have liked to do that though. They looked so cool. And also there were cheap ones we could use when we stayed at the inn, and they were comfortable, just right as far as warmness goes, and soft material, felt nice. But I was too big to find one that would adequately fit me to walk around the street in. I don't remember the name of the festival, unfortunately. Wish I could. Ah, damn it. What else did we do? We went to a baseball game for one of our field trips. And that was a lot of fun. The energy between a Japanese and an American baseball game is crazy. Like, anytime something cool happened, the entire stadium would cheer, not just not just the fans of whichever team did the cool thing. Those were people who were there for a show, not to get mad that the wherever Scrumbos didn't score. Like, and it wasn't even that exciting of a baseball game. Like, American baseball games are more exciting games because I'm sorry to say, they're played at a much higher skill level. But the fans at a Japanese baseball game are just 200% better. In fact, I think one of my friends then tried to catch another baseball game before we had to leave. Because we were only there for 6 weeks. Really short for a study abroad program, but it was still pretty solid. And reasonably priced too, like, I think, like, it was less than 10K, everything all included. I think, I want to say the tuition was only like 5.5, but I'm not 100% sure. And I was able to get extra scholarship and grant money to go. So I didn't break the bank even more. Damn it. Other cool things from the trip. Oh, I almost missed my flight back to the United States. Because my flight changed gates between me printing my boarding pass and actually getting there. I was aware that the gate changed. However, I was in boarding group 5 initially, and by the time it was time to board, when they had changed gates, there were only 3 boarding groups. I did not catch this until it started to look like the staff was cleaning up. So yeah, a little bit scary. It was cool though. While I was waiting to board for the flight, I think after I was already supposed to have gotten on. Um, uh, like this group of elementary school kids that were like from a sports trip or something. I think soccer or maybe baseball. Anyways, doesn't really matter. They all saw me standing there, and I just happened to be wearing a Pokemon hat at the time. And they started going fucking crazy for it. It was they were all on one of the moving sidewalk things, and half the team was lining up to get high fives from me for some reason. They were talking over each other and the announcements overhead, so I couldn't really tell exactly what had them all excited. I think half of them were just excited to be getting high fives from a foreigner, but that was a cool experience. Oh, that's one of the things I remember from that make your own field trip was when we were leaving the local museum. not the art museum, just the local museum. We left, right? And then, so my Pokemon hat was Ash's first hat from the anime. The red with a white front and then the green, like, triangle on it. And so we come out, and this youngish dude is working on unloading a truck or something. He points at my hat and goes, "Oh, Satoshi Nobushi," basically saying, "Ah, Ash's hat." And so, if we weren't in a hurry because we had to leave the museum because one of our group members was about to wet themselves, I would just stop to chat with the guy. Besides, he was busy. He didn't have time to chat. But he was super excited to see me. I was excited because I was getting. I like wearing that hat because here too, people will call it out and be like, "Oh, that's so cool. That's such a cool hat." Yeah, that was fun. Hurry up already. Other cool things from the trip. Went to an aquarium. That was cool. But I mean, aquariums are cool in general, so. Dang it.
Where do these...
The aquarium had a seal and sea lion show. That was really cool. Woo! But the aquarium was just something I did with a friend, with some friends when we had some free time. Same with went to a couple of electronic stores along the way because one of my friends had bought himself a PS Vita because he got it for insanely cheap, and he was going to like every electronic store he could find because he was, getting games for essentially like $2 a pop because it's an outdated system and the dollar is much stronger than the yen is. But it was fun going to those kind of places with him and just looking at things, just looking around. Um, what time is it? Quarter to midnight. How many levels we got left? One, two, three, four, and the boss. Okay. I think I'm gonna end a little bit early tonight, but excuse me. To make up for it, I'm gonna do a shorter stream in the afternoon, which will be finishing this. I'll then stop to eat dinner and then come back with a second stream later tomorrow night. So, this will be it for now. I'm gonna start off by making a save state. Hopefully I can fix the uh, memory card issues. Yes, quit game. I just want to see how far back it puts me, or if it puts me in the right spot, I suppose would be the right thing to say. I have a feeling it didn't. Oh, no, it did not. So next time we're gonna have to do a load state. Anyways, this will be it for tonight. Thank you for coming by. And I'll catch you next time. I'll try to put out a announcement before I actually start for tomorrow. Anyways, thanks for coming by, and I'll catch y'all later. Take it easy. I'll be on Discord in a little bit. I need to also run to the bathroom.